Hello everybody, AOG Gaming here, back with another video on Outer Plane. So, if you all didn't see, you should go watch Daddy Free to Play's video on should you play Outer Plane in 2023 or whatever it was called. Yeah, the reason why I have to make a video now is because he's right. The game is pretty grindy, okay? And it's just like every other anime game out there. That was his problem with it, right? He played for 20 minutes and he was like, all right, well, not good. And like I said too, the tutorial doesn't actually teach you how to play the game. So I actually commented on his story and told him to do the tactical guide. Wait, sorry, not here, but you go here. So this is the guide quest, but during story is the tactical guide. So this will actually teach you how to do stuff, which is kind of funny, considering that they basically go very briefly over this in the tutorial, which I think is fine. I think it was just for people who want to skip through and get the gist of the mechanics and want to just figure it out themselves instead of listening to the game. I will say this tactical guide is kind of overdone, except for the last three. They do teach you how to do stuff, and the tactical simulation obviously is just for fun. And yeah, they only teach you about defender and striker, which is like, okay, what's the point of that? They teach you about elements, but that's like the easiest thing to understand in every gacha game. Like, they basically don't teach you much unless you go to this, and at that point it's like there's some repetitiveness and there's not really anything new until you get to like enhanced skills and then the strong enemy stuff. They do give you good rewards, but again, it's like, alright. So yeah, he said it was super grindy, and he said the graphics weren't that great, but I don't know if he put it on ultra settings, because I don't know, they don't look that blurry to me. They don't look that blurry to me. Wait. Yeah, like this is a lot better graphics than what I was looking at on his video. So maybe he just didn't have it to ultra. And then yeah, he said it has physics. Which is like the funniest thing I've ever heard. I was laughing so hard, especially he looked straight at the screen. He was like, "It has physics." And I was laughing so hard. Sorry. Yeah, and it's the thing, right? So he mentioned a few things in his video, right? So there's a trust level that also I was not happy about. Here's the thing, right? The trust level takes fucking forever. So if I just auto this, I don't even get a full level. These are the highest pieces that you can get in the game, right? For the stones or whatever they're called, for heroes. So the fact that it barely even upgrades, like this, one of them should already be one level. I don't understand why it takes, like for especially below level 5, like one of these should be at least half. I don't know why they don't do this. Again, I don't know if you can buy these stones. But yeah, it's just like, this is ridiculous. These are supposed to be like the secondary best stones, and 30 of them, because you're only able to give 30 of them. Also, I hate how there's a limit. Like, if you're already gonna make it take fucking years, months to get the exclusive equipment, I know they want to make you grind. I don't even know if you can buy it. That's the thing also. Like, the fact that you can't buy it, and also that you have to grind forever. I love that it's free to play, and it's like incentivizing the paying winners to actually play the game. But the problem is that it takes goddamn forever. This is a flawed system from day one. And the reason why I'm also talking about this video and specifically is this game in specific is because, shut up, Rona. See, now I just brain farted. Shut the fuck up, Rona. God damn it. um, yeah, it's just, it takes forever, right? And the thing is, the exclusive equipment are like the thing that you want from the character. Plus the other thing that Daddy Free to Play was talking about, this game has only gotten $200,000 in revenue. That's a fifth of what Dislight is getting from the last month, which is funny considering that Dislight is slowly going downhill. It's just losing a lot of revenue and players because they suck. The game is shitty. It sucks. Whoever's still on it are just simps for the game. But to be fair, it is a very good game in the fact that it's different. This game isn't very different from, you know, all the anime, RPG, turn-based role-playing games. Like, it's basically not copy pasta, but it's very similar. That's what I'm saying. Which is why I think he didn't have a very great opinion of the game. And there's also the grind factor, right? So I've been saying this forever, yet they still haven't implemented in the game. This would make the game so much better. Just doubling the side story chances, that's simple. I know it's like you just get a 6-star once you unlock the hero, but the grind still takes forever. I would say this is less, maybe to 15 side story challenges. Like, it's literally that simple. Doubling it would allow you to focus on 4 heroes. I don't know why they thought that focusing on 2 heroes was going to be good or incentivize people to keep playing. In fact, this is one of the reasons why it's good, but it's like a double caveat. You're like, on the one hand it's good, on the other hand I'm going to have an imbalanced team because I'm only grinding for 2 heroes. That's my problem with the system, right? It's not the fact that it exists. It's great that it exists. I love it. This is the best part, one of the best parts about the game. It's just the fact that they try and limit it to 2 characters. Which again is like, you have a team of 4. Why was that even a choice in your marketing scheme? This in and itself will automatically turn players away because they're like, oh yeah, it's free, but it's a grind fest. And it is. It takes forever to get heroes. But it's still pretty decent. Like, it's not bad. That's the problem, right? I can't say that it's bad. It's still decent. It's just, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that those 2 things would be probably the biggest things they need to fix. That would make the game a lot better instantly. The other thing that they have to do is actually fix the gacha, right? Because this is the thing. Just the gacha itself is like every other goddamn gacha out there. It's literally just a copy over from Epic 7. When companies do that, it doesn't really show a lot of confidence to the players that they're actually going to keep making the game better, or at least try and make it better in certain ways. Like, it just doesn't instill a lot of confidence because they're like, oh, they're just doing copy pasta from their other games. Okay, well, what's the point if they're just trying to make money? See, I know companies are trying to make money, but that's not what a game is. A game isn't supposed to make you money first and be fun second. A game is supposed to be fun first, it's supposed to be playable and widespread first before it makes you money. Because if you're trying to make money out of a game without actually making it a fun, enjoyable experience first, it's not going to go anywhere. And I don't know if this is a case in point example, but it is pretty close to it because, again, everybody sees the grind fest and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. And again, it's just because it's very similar to every other anime RPG role-playing game out there. Like, you got Genshin Impact, you got Honkai Star Rail, and granted the gameplay is a little different, but you know, you got ultimate animations, you got basics, you got second skills, whatever you want to call them. So that's the problem, right? The game is very similar to other games, and it's trying to copy them in the sense where it's a grind fest and they're limiting you to what you can do for free to play. Which is like, why? It does nothing. In fact, it's losing you money. It's making you not get any more money because people are like, oh, it's just like every other game out there. Except for one thing, right? And that one thing is limited too. Which is, again, causing players to be like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. So again, people have to realize that it's a decent game. But it's not a good game because, again, it's still following the old gacha rules where it's trying to siphon money off of players without actually giving a reasonable play experience. Yes, it's fun. If you stick with it, I feel like you'll have a fun time if you just ignore all the other gacha caveats. But that's the problem, right? People have played so many gacha games that they can't ignore those caveats. And I certainly don't ignore them. I address them, but it seems like gacha companies don't want to change them. Smilegate, you're one of the only companies that listens to your player base, that actually strives to change your games. If you did these two things, right? First of all, why does it take forever for the trust level? I know you guys want to make it a while, but it's been a month and I don't have a single one of these, and I've been pouring every single day into Siron. I only have her at level 6. My other problem with this is that it increases as you increase per level, so it just gets even worse and worse as you go on. Like, it's to the point where I've almost quitted just giving this to my heroes, because I can just sorry, I can just save up and upgrade them. And the problem is too is that they also limit it. So even if you save up all of these stones and you wait until like forever to get their exclusive equipment, like at the end when you have a lot of 6 stars, you can't just pour in all of these resources and expect to get like 7 levels automatically and then come back the next day and get the last few levels. No, it's only 30. And the thing is, right, we do auto. Oh wait, no, it's not going to let us do it anymore because we already gave her and some. It's barely any. And this is one of my biggest problems with this game, right? They're locking this behind such a grind fest that it's not worth it at all whatsoever. I'm saying that straight up. It's not worth it. And you get like expressions. It would have been cooler if they gave you equipment. You know, they could give you expressions as well. That can just be an innate thing. But yeah, I mean, it's like there's so much they could have done to make this better, but they didn't. And instead they made it such a long grind fest that it's really not worth it. It's not. I mean, yeah, that's a really cool exclusive equipment, but I'm probably not going to get it for another 3 to 4 months just because of how long it takes. And honestly, it's not even like, this isn't even a thing that's necessary, right? It's just a cool thing that they added, but again, you can't get it. It's not feasible, right? So that's one thing that they need a 100% change, because I feel like they give you the character, but they lock that behind such a long grind. It's not viable. That's my point. What is this thing, by the way? I don't know what that is. Right. That's pretty much it. Those are the two things I would say are the worst. Well, there's 3 things, right? So the gacha, the side story challenges, and the gifts. When gifting to your heroes, you should be able to do as many as you want, because you already see. Here's the thing, right? You already have a cap on on challenge for the upgrade stone retrieval. Yeah, you get extra tickets, but you only have 3 times a day to grind. So they already limit you there, and if they're gonna limit you here at the characters as well, it just goes to show that they don't actually understand what the problems are with gacha games, and instead they're just trying to make money. It's like, yes, we understand, but you're not going to get our money if you don't make a good game. It's that simple. So yeah, make this trust level thing. Like, I'm already at level 6. I should have been at level 10 already. I've been pouring resources into her for a month. I should already be at level 10 and have her exclusive equipment. It shouldn't take more than a month per hero. Like, it's that simple. Yeah, and even then, it's like I used some of the weaker currencies because that's all I had. So if you have the higher currency, it should take you like, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks to max out that. And I know the devs are going to be like, oh, that's preposterous. It's like, you're not able to buy it, so like, what difference would it make is my point. So yeah, that is something they can 100% change. It would make the game a lot more fun, a lot more viable, especially when it just comes to the heroes themselves, because each hero has their own individuality. But I feel like the trust level is kind of just overshadowed with, it takes like 3 months to get a single character. Not even, it's probably more than that. It's like 4 months. It just takes so long because it increases as well. Like, I don't know what's the point of increasing it when you already have 2 caps, which is the stone retrieval and the 30 stones that you can limit to a hero. Like, if you have those 2 caps, why is there already another cap? Another limited cap? Like, they have too many caps, or as I like to say, paywalls. But in this case, they're not really paywalls because you can't actually pay to get more or do more of that. You actually just have to play the game. And that's where the grind comes in, right? Like I said, companies seem to think that the grind needs to increase as you play. No, it should be easier. Yes, you can grind more stuff, but you should get more, better quality, and the upgrade should be faster, easier, and more seamless. That is my take on why these gacha games are dying, because they don't do this one thing. They think that the grind should be halting at one point, like you should slow down to a snail's pace. No, that's literally why all gacha games are dying, because everyone eventually gets to the end and they're like, well, I guess I'll sign in tomorrow because the dailies aren't going to give me anything, so I shouldn't do anything today. They forget about it for a few days, then they come back and they're like, okay, well, there's not much I got, so I'm gonna just wait again. And then eventually it just ends up with them not playing the game for like 2 or 3 weeks until they see a video on their feed or something and they're like, oh, I forgot that I had an account on this game. So it's really that simple, right? You need to fix those 3 things, the top 3 things to fix. Is first, the trust level. Get rid of the cap for 30 stones completely. Like, this gift to go upgrade stones is BS. And you know it too, Smilegate. Literally the only reason you did that is to limit players. So get rid of that completely. Second, rework the XP system, because 21,000 XP for level 60, that's atrocious. Again, it's going to take me 4 months to get a single exclusive equipment, or however long it takes. Someone has done the math already, but it's definitely more than a month. It's definitely more than 2 months, I'm going to say. It's definitely more, it's at least 2 months, which is a lot for a single character. So yeah, and also I don't know, because it does limit you to 30 stones, so, and it also gets worse and worse as you go, so it might be like 3 or 4 months. Honestly, I don't know, because it doesn't feel reasonable for me to keep doing this and getting basically nothing out of it. So that's one thing, right? So let's move on. So that was my biggest caveat, right? Because they're basically locking one thing the hero comes with, even if you pay for it or you're free to play. They're basically locking one thing that the hero is like good at, or that has innately. Oh, I haven't been upgrading her. See, this is the problem, right? It starts so low, you're like, oh, this will be easy. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, and then that gave like nothing, right? When you get like 5 upgrades, like it's so bad, it's not even funny. Yeah, it has a 30% chance to activate dual attack. That's pretty good. Yeah, like these are really good for the characters themselves, but again, you can't get them until you basically have a 6-star version of the hero, which shouldn't be the case, right? Even if they are 6-star equipment. Maybe what you can do for the trust level is have levels 2, 5, and 10 give you the equipment, right? The exclusive equipment, but instead of it being 6-star, you start at 4-star, then you get like an emblem or whatever that upgrades it to 5-star, and then lastly at level 10 you get the 6-star version of it. And really it has, oh, I guess they would have to change the effects, right? Because these don't give you stats, do they? Wait. I mean, yeah, they don't seem to give you stats. So yeah, if they gave them stats and then change the stars, you know, per level. So second level, you get a 4-star. That's great. You get halfway through, you get the 5-star version of the equipment, and then when you get to 6-star, you are able to upgrade to 6-star once you get to the 10th level. And they can add a little bit of stats to them, so that makes the tiers, right? It's not, because the effect, if they decrease the effect chances, it kind of makes the piece useless, in my opinion. Like the 30% chance is already low enough. They can decrease the effectiveness to Earth, I think, and then, you know, add like a critical hit chance or, I don't know, accuracy, team accuracy buff or something like that. And they can just decrease it a little bit as it goes, or increase it a little bit as you increase the star level. Like, that's simple. I could have done that in a day. The game would be that much better, right? Because the problem is that they didn't do that. So let's move on from this. This is probably my biggest caveat. The second one would obviously be the side story challenges. Like, you have 4 heroes. They should have known that at one point this was going to affect players, because you can only focus on 2 again, but you have a team of 4. And that's the problem. You should always be focusing on your entire team, because that is how you clear content. So I don't know why they limited it to 10. They should have done 20. And the game would be that much better. Especially when they have the rate up pieces for the side story. People would be flocking. Like, it's that simple. Alright, and then we get to the worst part of it, right? And this is the worst part of every gacha game. It's the gacha itself. So again, it's a 50-50 like I said. I don't like this whole... You have a half... You know, getting a legendary, half of the time it can be the hero you want or something completely different. But you'll get a legendary otherwise. That's like what they're saying is, right? You'll get a legendary no matter what. And it's like, that's not the point, right? The point is, y'all are going to be releasing more characters. So this over-diluted pool is just going to increase. It's already at a 0.05% chance for each 3-star hero. That's ridiculous already. So my take on this is that instead of copying every other gacha game out there, instead of copying your own chances, increases to 1.5, decreases to 1%, gacha instantly better, that much better, right? And what you gotta do is you gotta add another banner where you can choose a hero, just a banner that is always there, right? Like, you can have the normal recruit banner, that's fine. Most people won't do this just because it's a 2% chance, right? Like, it gives you less chance of getting a legendary. Why would people go for this? So you need to add another banner that is just, you can choose a legendary and it'll be on rate up. And the rate up for that hero should be 2.5. It should just be 2.5 innately, right? I wish they would do this with each of the banner heroes, but again, I don't know if they're going to do it, right? Like, for the banner heroes, they should just be like, you get the legendary, you get this hero, right? And in order to, you know, fix the problems with people saying, oh, but I want different legendaries, well, you can leave the normal recruit if you want to scam people out of their money. But again, people will be unhappy with that because it is a half chance less to get a legendary. So instead, you can add another banner where you can choose a legendary. Every time you can choose a legendary. And I think this would be amazing, right? This would be very good. Again, they're going to have to implement it and it's up to them. But yeah, those 3 things, if they fix everything, these top 3 things about Outer Plane, this game would automatically be better than this. Like, just in terms of free-to-play friendliness and overall having fun in the game. There is a lot of stuff wrong with the game, right? There's the copy pasta of all the minions and bosses. They do have some diversity, but I feel like it is very repetitive. The gameplay is pretty repetitive, but again, if you switch characters, it's a little different. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? The gameplay gets repetitive. The characters, the enemies you fight are pretty much the same. The only real difference is the bosses. And again, the bosses have their own special mechanics, and for some weird reason they decided to make them stop a whole ass mechanic in the game. Like, the weakness gauge reduction was like a thing that I thought was going to be pretty straightforward. No, they just decided to shit on our faces by making some bosses basically immune to that. Or reduce the amount of weakness gauge you put, which is like,
I'm still kicking at all.
it literally ruins the team synergy. the team synergy is made so that the heroes can very quickly activate their chain point skill or get up to it and then use it at the right time. The problem with the bosses having this passive weakness gauge reduction policy, where they reduce the amount of weakness gauge that is taken away from them, it innately just ruins team compositions 100%. So just putting that in the game is ruining a lot of boss battles for players. It makes it unenjoyable. So I think they gotta fix all of this stuff. Of course, the minions and the bosses can be done later. If they fix the top 3 things I just mentioned, the gacha, the trust level, and the side story challenges, they fix those 3 things, they can probably double their revenue in like 2 weeks. That simple.
Should I do some training?
Especially for the gacha, because a lot of people are going to be going ham over that if they upgrade it. But they just had a new update. Don't they have like tournament stuff, right? I mean, I don't know what the tournament stuff is. Is it part of a guild? Because I didn't check anything for the guild, right? That's it for like stuff they need to fix. I think that's pretty much it. As always, thank you everybody for watching AOG Gaming here. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Really shows your support. Helps me out, keeps you up to date with my content. 140 subscribers last time I checked. So y'all are amazing. Keep going. Yeah, I mean, it's just these 3 things. I mean, there's a lot more they need to fix. Again, the game's only been out for like 5 months or whatever. I think it's 4 months, almost 5 months. It's 4 months or something like that. So they need to fix stuff, and they haven't been. So yeah, if they fix those 3 things, the game would, like I'm saying, double in revenue. Like, it's that simple. If they double their chances, they would. Oh no, because I think it would ruin the game. Like there needs to be some balance. So I think the 2.5 chance is fine, but they need to make it more lucrative and increase, you know, the amount of banners they have. Because just having 2 rate up banners is fine, but again, they do the 50-50 just so that you can get a variety of heroes, and that's nice, but it also makes it so that getting the specific banner hero is a lot harder. So adding a guaranteed banner would be nice, and then increasing the chances of those 2-week banners would be nice, because that would automatically make the gacha a lot better. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching as always, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I did say 140 subscribers, right? We're going strong, everybody. We're 110 away from the halfway mark before we get monetized, which is great, you know? Once we get to the halfway point, I don't know, still haven't gotten a job, you know, waiting. I don't know why it takes 2 weeks to do a background check. Like, that is just ridiculous. They should just be able to access your background immediately and then get back within a week at least, at most. But it is what it is. As always, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.